Debbie Barker. It is time for our student celebrations, and we almost always start with our students. But tonight, we have one special celebration that we'd like to share with you all.
So, I wrote all this down so I would stay on topic. Also, I've been told to keep things short and sweet. It's the best way to give a speech. Keith Webster, thank you for all you have given to Northeastern Wayne schools, not just over the last 12 years, but the years prior to school board and the years to come. One of the most important things I have learned when I joined the school board is that this is a thankless job. You'll never hear anyone approach or email us to just say thank you. Say thank you. The time you have put into executive sessions, school board meetings, attending numerous events, emails, phone calls, texts, and just the occasional, hey, can I ask a question? Why an event has not gone unnoticed. All that time helped you continue creating the culture here at Northeastern. Now, what to do with all that free time? I'm sure Tricia can help you with that. And also, thank you to Tricia as well for sharing Keith all these years. Our spouses give up a lot of time with us to be our biggest cheerleaders. I personally have appreciated your time and patience along with your leadership over the last 4 years. The knowledge and the insights you've shared with me is more appreciated than I can put into words. Thank you for that. I know you'll still be around here and there, and that says a lot. So with one last thank you for bleeding green and blue.
Three, I will. Keith hired me twice. So, Northeastern Wayne School Corporation, in appreciation to Keith Webster for 12 years of service to Northeastern School Board, January 2013 to December 24. Thank you. We're going to expect you to work the rest of this meeting, but we are giving you feedback while we have a big crowd. Okay? I'm here. Thank you.
I want to share a couple words while the students are here. I know the drill. You all leave as soon as you get yours. I know. You make all of us proud. You are fun to watch, grow, compete, win, lose. You are our future. Go.
Okay, thanks guys. Now it is time for our students of the month, and unfortunately Miss Harrell is a little under the weather and she was not able to join us tonight. So our preschool family is going to get to meet Miss Stevenson, and she will be your principal when you go to elementary, so you should get to know her now. So come on up, guys.
Luckily, I have big sister already, so it's not as scary. So, all right. So tonight we are celebrating Remington Parker from the Early Learning Center. Couple of things to know about her. Some favorites: Pop-Tarts. Which kind is that? Is that chocolate? Is that your favorite flavor? It's a good choice. Chocolate Pop-Tarts. Her favorite color is purple. And her favorite animal, dinosaurs. She even has a squishmallow. Wow, that looks like a dinosaur. Her favorite thing about school is coloring. And here's what they had to say about you. Remy is our student of the month for December. Remy is currently in the blue room and has become a leader. Many of her friends look to her to know what is coming next or what the expectation may be. Remy greets her friends and teachers with excitement for school. Remy contributes to her classroom each day with great ideas. We love having Remy at the meeting. And I love this right here. When you want to grow up, you want to be just like mom. So sweet. Is that who's here with you tonight? Who else is over there? Oh, you invited him to. And then, and your sister. Anybody else? I see some more faces. Look at all. Well, congratulations. Good job. We're all good. That's Remy.
I'm gonna give this to you. We'll be happy to take a family picture for you. Can I get one to the newspaper? Is that okay? All right. You might want to come out.
Okay.
Davis and Mom. I don't know if you know this.
Yes.
You guys have. So that. Good. Is that okay? All right. All right. And we give that one. You're gonna hold it up like this. You're gonna hold it up like this, so we can see your face and the black. Is that okay? All right. And ready? 1, 2, 3. Great job. Mom, can I take one of these? You guys want to come up for a picture? Is that okay? That's good. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So our student of the month, Mr. Emmett, has done this before. So that doesn't tell you how tremendous he is. I'm going to tell you a bit more about him. So for the elementary, Emmett Whistle is our student of the month. Emmett is a student who you can always count on. He cares about others and makes them feel like they belong. He has a smile that lights up the room. He always strives to do his best, is willing to try hard things, and desires to grow and exceed any goals set before him. Emmett contributes his time and is always willing to lend a helping hand to others without hesitation. Even if nobody's looking, you can count on him to do the right thing. Emmett is a blessing to all. I'm very privileged to be able to get to know him and be his second grade teacher, and that's from Ms. Kalina. He's here tonight. Isn't that awesome? All right, so face this way so you can see your sweet smile. Okay, so who do you have with you tonight? Mom. And a baby sister. I learned this from. So when he was student of the month a couple of years ago, I dug into his old presentation and I was like, all right, your family's all the same. He's like, there's another one. I was like, well, I'm glad I asked. So I'm glad she's here. Hobbies, he likes to swim in the summer and he plays baseball. Some pictures of him. And favorite food, bourbon chicken, the kind that mom makes. Favorite color is blue. Favorite subject is math. He loves that his teacher is so nice. And his favorite thing about Northeastern Elementary is seeing all of his friends. So congratulations, that's Emmett Whistle.
Emmett, great job, buddy. 2 times in the month, not bad. Can I get your picture? All right, you can take what you want. Here, right under the yellow. Yeah.
So the middle school student of the month, it was nominated by Ms. Thomas. She's going to introduce Elena Mann to you all.
All right, well, first off, I want to say it is a privilege to work with Elena. So she is new to me this year. However, as you'll see as we go through her presentation, she is just a very lively student that is always smiling and willing to take on new things. She's definitely a risk taker, and overall, the students really look up to her. Mr. Reed, I think you would say the same thing. I know you have her. She's just a very positive role model for everybody. So this is Elena's family. She has 3 siblings, Jeffrey, Jonah, which I think you guys are here. And then there's a sister, Allie. Jeffrey and Jonah are both 17. They drive, and they both have jobs. And then her sister goes to law state. She has lots of animals, 3 cats and 3 dogs. And so you can see her photos. She's a great little bear, but then this is a more current one. And then there she's holding a cat. Her likes are volleyball. She likes to do puzzles, and her favorite anime is Demon Slayer. So for those of you that know anime, her favorite band is 3 Days Grace, and then she likes to hang out with her friends. And then the things that she dislikes is reading chapter books, lasagna, meatloaf, Brussels sprouts, and peas, quiet, and bugs. For her hobbies, she likes to draw, color, read anime books, watch YouTube, have fun, and spend time with her family and friends. And so, as you can see, I think that's a roller coaster through the mountain. Is that correct? So she is definitely adventurous, and then I believe that's a drama production, and then is that art? And then can you tell them about that picture?
That was a history thing we did about the Greek gods.
And that's God in the picture. So she's very involved. She also said that she belongs to several different groups. Currently, she's in volleyball and drama, but she also used to take part in archery with the school. And then obviously, we play the horses and horseback riding as well. When she thinks about her future, as you can see, there's always a smile, and I think that she has no boundaries, but she knows that her areas where she would like to focus more on are math and geography. As far as her own contribution, she does teach her friends volleyball when they want to learn, and she also helps her friends with their homework. And then lastly, what I like about 7th grade from Elena's standpoint is I love science because you get to do cool and fun experiments. She also likes to learn about old history and geography, and she loves to learn new things, which is completely true. And then I got this picture from her mom when I asked for photos, and it actually fit quite well. When she grows up, she wants to be an anime artist and make her own anime. However, that's a picture of her at preschool. She wanted to be a doctor at that time. And that is it. Do you want to introduce your family to it? Yes. Okay, I'll do it. There's Mom, Carrie, Dad, Scott, and then obviously Jonah and Justin, Jeffrey, sorry. So thank you for sharing your with us.
You guys want to come take a picture with me? All right. Ready? One. All right. I'll take a picture of you. Those brothers in there, they don't want. Come on, guys. One picture. Won't kill you. Won't kill you.
So our high school student of the month for the high school is Noah Willett. Ms. Franklin's going to go ahead and present this.
Unfortunately, Noah can't be here tonight because he's working, and I don't know if his parents are here. So, but we're going to still acknowledge him. Noah's a hardworking, dedicated math student. He always completes his work, asks questions when needed, and even works ahead. He consistently goes above and beyond in his studies, showing a genuine passion for learning and a remarkable ability to grasp complex concepts. His kindness and willingness to help others has made a significant impact on his peers and the classroom environment. He is truly an example of what it means to be an exceptional student. The thing that stands out from Noah the most to me is his willingness to help others. He even cadets for Mr. Libby, I believe, so that he can help other students, and just always willing to jump in and help. He always gets his work done early. If he's been just a terrific student. He lives with his mom, dad, and he has a brother. His favorite movie, Harry Potter. Favorite food, tacos. His favorite subject is, of course, math. Favorite book, Harry Potter, and favorite TV show, Young Sheldon, which kind of makes sense, right? His hobbies include archery, playing video games, and watching TV. And his favorite thing about NHS is getting to help those who need it. And his favorite memory in high school so far is going to the World Archery Tournament in Florida. His plans after high school, he plans to go to college and major in cybersecurity. So congratulations to Noah.
Awesome. All right. I believe that concludes Students of the Month. And now we have some other special presentations. I would ask Mr. Howard. Yeah. Oh, he's at wrestling. So are you the senior ranking coach?
Yeah, yeah.
I would invite Coach Reed to come up at this time.
Okay, so gotta bring the team up.
Yeah, bring it on up.
If you're on the football team, come on up. Think, yeah, is that where you want them?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Football team had a fantastic year this year, 9-0 season, and I think it's second team in program history to have an undefeated season, and ran into just kind of a bad matchup for us in sectional. Ended up team beat us, won the sectional, but we played them as close as anybody did in the sectional. The individual accomplishments for the team, we had 6 kids go all conference. We had 2 go honorable mention all conference, and we had 1 kid go all state. And we're probably going to have another one down the road in February, be academic all state. So fantastic year. I've been around some successful teams, and it's not always been fun seasons. This group was really fun. And heck, I'm going to start crying up here too, man. Come on. But these guys are a great group of kids. They represent Northeastern very well, and we're very proud of them.
You want to introduce my name and we'll let him come through and shake hands? Is that all right?
Yeah. All right. We'll start here with Marshall Phillips, 2-way starter for us. Gunner, he was a special team starter for us. Charlie Schaefer was a 2-way starter for us. Caden Redder started on special teams for us as a freshman. Did you put? And then you want to introduce yourself? Come on, you like the ball. Come on. You want to talk? Come on, Trent. Come on.
Trent.
Trent was a sophomore that was a big part of our team this year. Helped us beat that team over West on that last fourth quarter drive, and we're expecting big things out of Trent. Gavin Platt started on special teams for us, played big roles on our JV, and he's going to help us on defense next year. Then we got Jarrett Leitner. He was our JV quarterback, and he can spin it for a young kid. And then we got Quan Q, who started at safety for us on varsity at the end of the year, played a big role in special teams, and he's going to be a nice player for us when he starts his junior year next year. Luke Brock, freshman for us this year, did a great job on the JV, and he will have a role for us next year on the varsity as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 24.
Yeah, these are our assistant coaches. Coach Sung, Coach Redder, Coach Phillips, Coach Benner came on and helped us out a lot. It is a total team effort when it comes to these type of programs. So we could not be where we're at without these guys. Thanks. Yep. You hungry?
And Coach Oler sends his apologies. He is at his son's basketball game tonight, and I let him know that that's where he needed to be. So Coach Reed stepped in on his behalf. So thank you, Coach Reed. Thank you, players. I know some of you can't have a cupcake because you're going back to basketball practice. Some of you are going to go root on Zane next door. So wish Zane luck. You guys can go ahead and go football. I know you have two things to get to. So thank you. I believe up next is Coach Howard. We want to go cheerleading next. Sure. Okay, good. Cheerleaders, come on up. Coach Wine. All right. Well, Coach. Yeah, well, we'd love for you to say a few words about the season. Yeah, please.
So this is our, what we call traditional cheerleading team. These are the girls who compete a specific routine. That's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This will be our third year competing at the state level. We got third place again this year, which is pretty good considering the teams that were in our division. We then were to go to a regional competition, which you can get a bid for the nationals. That happens in Orlando. And so the girls got a bid. Not every team receives a bid, and so we were really excited to get a bid our first year. We will be going to Orlando in February to compete at the national level. There will be 1,200 cheer teams there, over 100 teams in our division, and yeah, we're really excited. We're working really hard. They practice every single night in January and have a game. I have like 3 games some weeks for girls and boys. Very, very busy, but that's pretty much it. We also have the TEC. We won TEC in last school year in March, and so we have TEC again this year in March. So we're excited. We're gonna try to go win that as well again. So they're great girls.
You want to your fellow coach?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So I am Chelsea Wine, and this is Debbie Moore. We coach, obviously. Claire's an assistant coach. This is Claire Large. Yeah. Braylee Day. Eden Quinn. Jocelyn Brown. Kylia Rose. Ariana Pearson. Riley Gentry. Lillian, Izzy, Miley, yeah, Kinsey, and Claire.
Coach Hostetler, if you want to come on up with your coaching staff. Coach Moreland, sorry. I do know who you are. He just does whatever he does. So do you want to speak about the season and then invite players up for your runners?
Thankfully, you didn't have that during the season. So yeah, we had a great year. Both boys and girls were fortunate to kind of coach both at the same time for cross country. This year, the boys coming off of winning 4 straight conference titles. We came up a little short, got runner-up this year, which is still a wonderful, wonderful result for us. On the girls' side, this is our second year in a row as runner-up in the conference. We're a really small but mighty team there. So it was a great year overall. These kids really pulled it together in teams that most would think was a rebuilding year. Really proved that it wasn't. That the talent was still there. These guys worked really hard. You might see them in the summer, out in June and July, running up and down the roads, and hopefully you're getting over for them. Hopefully they're getting over for you. But they put a lot of work in all summer, all through the fall. It pays off. It's a really long season, so they did really well. Individually this year, we had 5 all-conference runners. And then what we're here for tonight is the regional qualifiers. So Dalton was one of them on the boys' side. We had Zach Kirchhoff, who couldn't be with us tonight, and Lucas Chamness, who's over in the wrestling room right now. And then on the girls' side, we had Gracie Green, who's finishing up basketball practice right now, couldn't be with us tonight as well. So the talent just keeps moving to winter sports. So, but we had a wonderful season and great group of kids. And like I said, the one that gets to shake all your hands, you might know is Big D. Come on.
Yes.
You can stay. So one more student celebration that we have is every year Wayne County does what they call the Lilly Endowment Scholarship. So that is up to seniors in Wayne County. They award 2. If I remember correctly, it's $250,000. And so to be able to make it to be a finalist, there's a process you have to go through. It's based on what you've done through high school, all the different things that you've done. And Willow has done a lot. But as we went through it, she was selected as one of 6 finalists. And then she was just awarded last week. She received the Lilly Endowment, one of the 2 for Wayne County. So therefore, she basically gets a check for $250,000 to go to whatever college she wants in the state of Indiana. So that's a huge accomplishment. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you want to celebrate the heck out of it. So congratulations.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Do you want to introduce who's here with you?
Oh, I have my sister Ellie, my dad, Jason, sorry. My mom Diana, and my grandma Janet.
And Ellie's going to try and get it next year.
Yeah.
That's the goal. So.
No pressure on me.
Yes. So it's definitely special. It's a big win, and they've had a heck of a couple of years, so it's really nice. We're so happy to see you get this. So we're proud of you. Congratulations. And I'm going to look around for the signal from my team that I believe that does conclude student celebrations. Thanks, guys. All right, it is time for administrator updates. And our first update is my update. I'll go very quickly. Since we last met, I had the chance to attend the IAPSS annual meeting in Indianapolis. Had a chance to meet with my colleagues and have some presentations on public relations, some safety presentations, and some of the upcoming initiatives. There was a session on the new deployment types put out by the DOE ahead of its approval. So it was a good opportunity to continue to learn about what's coming down the pipe as new administration takes over in January. Went to a large meeting in Newcastle at the Service Center with IU East, IU Bloomington, and many of the superintendents and curriculum teams across Central Indiana. And we're starting to figure out how we can team up to continue to offer the Indiana College Core. As you know, we have many students in our senior class that will graduate with the Indiana College Core, but we want to make sure that as we have staffing changes, if a teacher moves up into administration and moves on to another place, we're able to make sure that those students still continue to have classes that fulfill the Indiana College Core. So we're trying to work on a regional approach so that if we have a teacher leave that offers a piece of the core, we can have another teacher from another school perhaps teach our kids virtually so that we cover that and they'll continue to get it. So we're in very early talks on that initiative, but it was a great meeting and I hope we continue to move forward. I had the monthly, I sat down with the other four school superintendents in the county and the Wayne County Chamber, the Wayne County Foundation, Forward Wayne County, and we are working on a joint effort to make sure that students have an opportunity to get work-based learning to meet the requirements under the new diploma. Our concern was if we are making 5 or 6 knocks on the door to every employer in the county to see if they would take our kids, at some point somebody's going to get frosted out and those employers are going to be very turned off on having students in their business. So we're going to take a team approach to how we make these approaches and the backside paperwork so that we're compliant with the state. We really want to make sure that we have an intermediary to help with that. So we're also in early conversations about that, but we're really grateful for our partnership with the EDC, the Chamber, for Wayne County, and the Wayne County Foundation as we work to move this work forward. We did have our quarterly principal recovery network, a group that I would not be a member of if it weren't for your leadership. And we met the day before the Wisconsin shooting. So we responded, Frank D'Angelis from Wellmine reached out, and we are working to support that school as it warns its students and struggles with a very difficult time. We also had our special education cooperative meeting, which I don't always report out on. We meet monthly, but we are moving the LEA, the educational agency, from Union County to Western Wayne. The physical staff will move to Cambridge City, but all of the financial pieces will move to Cambridge City as well. And so we build from the co-op, and they will be the home of the Central Indiana Special Education Cooperative. A reminder to the board that is us, Union County, Western Wayne, and Franklin County are the 4 members of the cooperative. So that decision was made at the last meeting, and it was codified by the Union County Board at their meeting earlier. So there will be had our chamber board of directors meeting, our holiday luncheon, looking through the work that the chamber did in 2025 and our participation, Northeastern's participation in those activities, it was a great reflection on the work that our team has done to not only serve our kids at Northeastern, which they work really hard at, but also to be a leader within the county and make sure that the whole county can move forward as well. So it was really grateful to be there and see they showed our group, our senior night activities when the car was given away, and we won the Spirit Award. It takes all of us to do that. So really proud of the team. And then I had the quarterly Reed Foundation meeting. Again, the foundation gives back to the hospital, but gifted almost $1.75 million worth of gifts back to the hospital. 2 ambulances are the highlights of the foundation's gift back to the hospital. Part of 2 ambulances. So really grateful to be a part of that foundation board and thankful for that service. Those are all my updates. If you guys have any questions for me. All right, I think we're ready for high school.
So I've just got a few. One, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to go to the IESP conference. There's some great takeaways from that with MTSS, learning some of those things, some PLC stuff out of Fisher High School that I really kind of dug into some of that, and I'm looking forward to bringing some of those things back. We just had our band and choir concert, which was very well attended. It actually sounded really good. It was fun to see the excitement in the kids and see how well they did. And then just kind of some things that wrapping up the semester, getting ready for next semester, starting to prepping for master schedule, and also looking at starting to plan for SAT already for where our plan now is March 7th. What's the SAT at school day? So that's our plan, and the 12th will be the back. So that's what we're doing now. We're deep in it.
Any questions for Mr. Mark? Okay. All right, Mr. Smith.
I was asked to keep it light tonight. So the National Junior Honor Society is doing something fun. So I thought I'd share with that. They're doing a video pen pal project where they're working with a post-secondary school for individuals with special needs in Noblesville. So right now they're just basically introducing themselves and they're doing this all through videos. So they are pretty amazing and they are super excited about that. Last night, the middle school hosted its winter concert and students performed in the band and choir to a very large audience. And Mrs. Price and Mrs. Markowitz did an amazing job. Our middle school winter athletics is up and running, and we did run a successful active shooter drill, and I spent Thanksgiving in Disney World, and it was amazing.
Oh, so good.
Any questions for the very brief Mr. Smith?
What kind of printer do you use?
Again, I apologize for the 1985 example of printing.
Is this your home printer?
No, it's from the office. So
I am gonna
that's it.
printer in my business in my business.
We're ready for the elementary report and their learning.
I don't have her update.
Okay.
I just have her student of the month.
I
So
will double check. Make sure I get that.
the only thing I know for Early Learning Center is that we do have a date scheduled for the past quality visit in January, and that will include the elementary classroom, the purple room that's there. So I do know that that has been scheduled, so that's exciting. They also had, I will say, they also had their program, their Christmas program. They used the elementary gym. They've already outrun that space. It is packed full, and their program went really well. But they used every single seat, so it was very successful. So that's exciting. At the elementary, so tomorrow night is our Christmas program. Starts at 6 o'clock. It's at the high school. We go over tomorrow and practice. We're doing a new setup. So that we can open more of the bleachers and get more people in seats. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll practice tomorrow, and then the doors open at 5:45. Kindergarten, first, and second grade are performing. So excited about that. In November, I had reported that the Williamsburg Lions Club had given us a donation of about $1,000 They typically have given 1,000 for one semester and 1,000 in the second semester, and they sometimes will say this is specifically for reading or literacy or for needy children. We have like a needy children's fund. So in November, right before Thanksgiving, they set up a meeting and came in and presented another check for $1,000, which I wasn't expecting so soon, which was very exciting, and just said, you know, here's the second round. We'll go ahead and give it to you now. And I was just telling them how thankful I was. And he's like, do you want another one? And I was joking, and he gave me another one for another $1,000. It was like being on a TV show and winning. So it was, I know, it was so exciting. And so we have had some needs in our student population where families are in need of some things, and some students that have gone through some tough things between then and now. So we've been able to use those funds for that. In January, I'm going to come back and present some data to you because we have two very, very exciting things that are happening with literacy at the elementary that we're so excited and very, very proud of. But I want you to get the whole picture. So in January, I'll come back and show you some of the data. But we get, along with other Wayne County schools and all schools, several schools in Indiana, what's called the Early Literacy Achievement Grant. And the DOE puts obviously some regulations and requirements on that for you to get that amount or to get that grant. And it is to be awarded to any staff that helps with literacy from kindergarten up to third grade. It's literacy, it's not math, so I was trying to do math, but it's like 1,000% increase the amount that we got for this year compared to last year, which is incredible. And there is no other school in Wayne County that's even close to what we received this year. So once we have those numbers really crunched, then I can tell you it's very exciting. So we can reward our staff for the work they're doing with literacy. The second part of that, which is also very exciting, is just the data in general is really, really, I don't know, amazing, I don't know what other word to put out there, for our mid-year diagnostic testing, specifically in reading. So my coach, Teresa Urban's going to come in January with me, and we're going to talk about where we were, how far we've come, and what are the needs and things of our teachers and our staff and our students in terms of curriculum. We're going to be looking at some curriculum. So just a lot of really exciting. There's just a buzz in the building around data right now, which hasn't always been the case. So it's very exciting. I think that's it. I think that's the last thing. We do have a lot of, not a lot, we have a good amount of new staff that's going to start in second semester. We have 3 young ladies that are with IUEs that will start student teaching. So we're just excited about some more changes that will be positive.
We also had a chance to go to
We did.
honor students in the elementary principal.
It was fun. Yeah.
Any questions? I do have an update from the Early Learning Center. Again, I also apologize. The NELC music in our program was amazing. We had a great turnout and was able to donate 3 large boxes of toys to communities and schools. Our licensing window for NELC will open up after winter break. We are reviewing all files and rules to make sure that we receive an excellent report. The purple room, which is the room at the elementary, will receive their paths quality visit on January 7th, which will place them at level 3. Parents of preschoolers group is working to finalize events for spring semester. They have a Valentine's Day dance, spring carnival, and other fundraising events planned. All field trips for the second semester will come for tonight. We're adding several new places for field trips. They are great. Those are the updates. All of our updates. Administrative reports. Are there any members of the community that signed up to speak tonight? Are there any members of the community that would like to speak tonight? Thanks for checking the hallway. Okay. We get over here, no community members. Okay, once, twice, thrice. Hearing none, it is time for the consent agenda. Under tonight's consent agenda are the minutes from the November 20th regular board meeting. Approval of claims. There are no transfer tuition applications this month. Under fundraisers, the high school cheerleaders are requesting donations from family and friends for $10. Sponsors' names will be on the back of the t-shirt. Funds will support the cheerleading trip to Disney. And they will also have a cheer clinic at the beginning of the year. The NELC. Oh, yeah. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Onto the screen. That I Get in. The NELC will be selling T-shirts and sweatshirts to NELC families with little Mikes. The NMS has an incentive program that is a fundraiser for them from December through May. Football will be selling $20 raffle tickets for a chance to win a mule vehicle. I don't know what a mule vehicle is, but it sounds fascinating.
What is it?
Big side by side.
Okay. All right. Okay. So maybe the school district. Maybe we'll get on that, Officer Davis. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. And the BPA will be sending the Business Professionals of America. By the way, we have a BPA program now, which is a big deal. We haven't had one here since the year before I came. So it's been 8 years since we had a program. But our Business Professionals of America, which Coach Hostetler has brought back, will send letters to local businesses to ask them for donations. Under donations, we have the aforementioned $2,000 worth of, I don't know that I got those.
Okay.
So I'll need those.
Yeah.
So we can accept those.
Yeah.
Again,
And I don't know if we can through.
yeah.
Like I took the meeting, I don't know. Okay.
Let's double check that, because
Yeah.
I don't see one. And I want to make sure. Okay. I don't think we have one. I don't think we have one. I'm not sure. So,
Okay.
yep, we can get that squared away. So this month, we have the $1,000 donation from the Indiana Farm Bureau for the boys basketball fund, $3,000 from Astro Industries for the Knights of the Round Table ECA fund, $1,500 donation from an anonymous donor that is for the needy student fund, $500 from the Richmond Association of Realtors for the choir ECA fund, and $1,250 from Buffalo Wings and Rings for our girls basketball team. And they will be the sponsor of the girls basketball holiday tournament. Field trips. These are local field trips or in-state non-overnight field trips. 9 to 12 Health Careers was going to tour the radiology department at Reed. The NELC is going to come over to went over to the elementary gym and practice for the Christmas concert. They are also going to see Dr. Wow in February at the Civic Hall. They're also going to Children's Museum and to the STEM Connection in Indianapolis. FFA has state forestry contest at Purdue and a welding competition in Connersville, and they're going for Christmas help with Boys and Girls Club. Applied Skills will go on their community visits. Save a Lot, Fifth Street Bagel, Kroger, Richmond 40 Golden Meyer, and in 4. The high school choir performed for the Realtor Association on December 11th, and the 8th graders linked to the Rice will go to the Rice Exploration Center in Newcastle in January, and then 9 to 12 is going to go to the Environmental Planning Career Center in January.
Going to read, sorry.
Oh, it's the environmental.
We're going to read to the environmental to talk about different ways that plumbing is used.
And then out of state or overnight field trips, the NELC would like to go to Wild Okay, go ahead. Under personnel, under ECA, we have our winter guard coach, 4 mentor teachers, a volunteer wrestling coach, personnel changes, transfer from NELC to NES, and transfer from perm sub to applied skills TA. New hires, ISSTA perm sub, NES perm part-time TAs, a substitute nurse, a full-time perm sub, and a new high school assistant principal, which I will introduce you to in new business, should you be approved as part of the consent agenda. Contracted, we have a Madison Johnson as an NELC substitute, and we have voluntary resignations from the elementary TAs and voluntary resignation from the middle school. That is everything under the consent agenda. Any question about any of the items under the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion made by Mr. Webster on the consent item, seconded by Ms. Bartram. All in favor?
Thank you. Thank you.
Under unfinished business, this is the second reading of the policy update from last month. I wonder if there are any questions or changes to the policy as presented. Remind the board that it is after the second reading that you can choose to adopt the policy or you can table it for a third reading.
I would move to suspend the third reading and vote to adopt as written.
Motion made by Mr. Webster to approve the policy update, seconded by Ms. Bartram. All in favor?
Aye.
If you have no rules on it, if you're a board member, it goes to third reading, could we have had them on retainer? We haven't. There's probably some error. All right, as ironically speaking of retainer, we, under new business, every year, AJ presents his contract to us, the community, our council. We approve it in December so that we can appoint him our attorney at our January reorganization meeting. I would point out to the board that AJ continues to serve us at a deep discount compared to what he charges his full freight clients. And I would ask the board to consider continuing our rate.
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Webster to approve BBFC as contract for 2025, seconded by Mr. Dan Ryan. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, our next item is our bid for the stabilization project. If you remember, we will have a large construction project, hopefully this summer, to work on the exterior envelope of the building. But when the engineers came and looked at it, they were like, we don't really want to leave this go until the spring. We'd like to do some stabilizing of these walls before we start the road. So we received a bid from Wiesenhunt Construction for $15,500, Midwest Maintenance Inc. for $26,750, and Ferguson Construction for $52,300. The lowest, most responsive bid is from the contractor that built the central office for us. That is easy. I would tell the board that that is big as the big job. Like this is the holding place job.
So have we got the bids yet? Actually do the work?
Not yet.
So it could be that.
It could be the lowest most responsible.
So I wonder if this 15, we would kind of save that, like, well, it could cost less when they actually come to do.
Nope. I asked the same. It's a great question. I also asked that question. I was also disappointed.
It's a big thing.
They'll count it. I'll send them the contract tomorrow and then we'll get out on
Just ideally, what?
Great question.
Going in and doing the rebar, reattachment, or
Please allow me to use this as a visual demonstration technique. I am a recovering English teacher, so the architects in the room are very well. They're going to come in, they're going to drill a hole through the corners of the walls. They're going to put steel plates on the exterior and interior of the walls where they can put load-bearing I-beams in that construction. And they're basically going to shore it up so that we don't move the wall or have it continue to move away from the wall. So it would be a cross section at every corner of that thing to hold it in place until they can come and do the permanent project, hopefully in the summer of 25 or the summer of 26. But this will buy them time to find a solution that's more long-term than the one that we've already considered. So this is the sort of safety requirement.
and that addresses both the exterior issue as well as the interior concrete blockage that we've seen in the corners.
Yes, it only takes care of the corners. The exterior brick, like the rest of the exterior brick, will be part of the big project later. This is really the safety, let's keep this gym construction in place until we can come behind it and some superstructure. Yeah, well,
Any more discussion?
Make a motion. I'll second.
Motion made by Mr. Webster to approve the Northeastern fund, seconded by Mr. McKnight. All in favor?
we have the team from Turner Shepherd. Had it backwards. From Turner Shepherd Insurance, they put together a bid for us for the 25 school year. And it is, we will pay approximately, we'll pay $212,000 in premium. This is an increase over last year, but there were some areas of our insurance that the team was very concerned where we didn't have coverage. And so they have shored those things up. As you may be experiencing in your personal insurance, you're starting to see the Midwest impacted by hail and wind, deductible prices, and that is also part of what drives our premium up. We're also increasing our cyber policy, so that also drives the price up. So I would ask the board to accept our insurance contract with Turner and Shepherd for $212,071.
Very simply, because I don't understand, but what's a cyber?
So every school district at this point has basically a cybersecurity policy that should we be the victim of a ransomware attack or other technology incursion, that money will be used to help us reestablish all of our technology after the attack. So it's very costly. You have to have experts come in and make sure all your machines get truly cleaned and whatever was used to attack was purged from your systems. In some cases, you have to buy new actual systems. It's very costly. We watched 3 of our neighbors go through this late. So when you talked about the policy, I was happy to make sure we were well covered because it feels a little closer than it used to.
What is our deductible for is it all different for each?
Each different line item comes at a different deductible price, but they're comparable to what we have.
Briefly, Gordon, what were those considerations concerned about some things that were not?
Well, one of the primary ones was the previous policy had a communicable disease exclusion. So that's a COVID exclusion, for lack of a better word. So if we had a situation like happened 3 years ago and a parent of a student that was ill or tried to claim against a school corporation, you had no coverage. That's kind of a biggie. So we added that. The cyber limits, we put a little bit low.
That illness exclusion was the most costly we had in because difficult to prove, but you still have to litigate it. And we would not have been covered under that policy that's currently.
The litigation is the majority part of that could go on for a long time.
Great question.
I'll take a motion to accept the proposal. Insurance.
Motion made by Mr. Webster to approve Senator Shepherd for property casualty insurance, seconded by Ms. Claypool. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks. Welcome to the team. We look forward to working with you guys. Do you have any remarks or anything?
No, thank you. We'll start our education piece in January with you.
We appreciate it.
Good luck. You're going to need some patience. All right. And now I would very much like to introduce to you the team, Maria Tinkle. Maria comes to us most recently from Hagerstown Schools. Previously, she served in the Metro Indianapolis area in Perry Township Schools and Franklin Township Schools. She comes highly trained, highly recommended. When you call people for a reference and they're both excited and angry that they're losing an employee, you start to get a sense that you've landed a really good person. And that was my experience when her current superintendent called me before I had a chance to call her and let me know that she was very excited for us and very sad with it. So, Mr. Marker, do you have anything to add?
I'm just excited for her to come on board. It'd be nice to be in semester and have her up. It'll be good.
I will tell you, this was not the swaying decision maker in the process, but she and her husband did happen to get their degrees from the greatest university in the state of Indiana. We're very grateful to have more motivators on the team. So, would you like to say anything to the board?
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to get started in January. It's been so welcoming and warming already. I've met so many people. These guys were a riot during my interviews too. It just felt perfectly natural in there, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to meet the rest of the staff, families at Northeastern, and to serve them the best that I can. So I'm very excited. So thank you very much. I don't know about these shoes though. I've got to, Mr. Christmas over here.
All the time, so you'll get used to it.
Yes. Okay.
What will turn out to be our second to last piece of business, because I already gave Mr. Webster his plaque. That was my placeholder in the agenda to make sure I did that, because I knew I would be nervous. The Rural Alliance Zone is a partnership between Randolph Eastern Schools, Randolph Central Schools, and Monroe Central Schools. It's an opportunity for students who attend those three schools to participate their career-based learning and their career technical education programs from what they offer in-house out to 8. There are 8 programs across the overall alliance. We have been invited to join this alliance. As a member, we will not necessarily have to take students from these other school districts yet, but it would open up these opportunities for other, for our students to go participate in these other school districts' programs. The primary reason that I'm asking the board to support us in joining the RAS, as it's affectionately called, the RAS 32, is because our students who already participate in welding and future students who would like to participate in welding will be categorized higher as a RAS member in the scheduling process than they would be if we were not a member. Given the strength of that partnership and the outcomes we've seen for our welders, we want to make sure that we are giving them the best chance to be able to participate in that welding program. But the icing on top is that should we have a student who wants to go to Northeastern to their medical assistant program or to Monroe Central for some of their programming that they offer, then we can offer that. At first, depending on the numbers, it will be a drive-only program like welding. We don't really have the capacity to get a bus driver to drive a kid to Monroe Central and back on the daily right now. Now, those programs swell, and we get to 14, and we want to make sure that we get them there and back. And I'm able to go and say, well, we're going to need to add additional drivers and a vocational route. What we found with welding is it's usually 3 or 4 kids per cohort, and it would be tough to have them come south. Many of them live on the northern half of our district anyway. It would be tough for them to come south, get on a bus, to get there at this time. It's easier to drive. So I would ask for the board's support via a vote to join the Rural Alliance with Northeastern and Central.
So what we're saying that's 27/32?
I don't know that they are in a position to rebrand it. I did bring it up, and I will continue. I promise you, I will continue to lean into that to see if they can include 27.
How long were it?
This is their first full year realizing it, but it's been 3 years. And because of our partnership with Northeastern for the Pet Academy at Hills, they were not able to send kids this year, but they were there at the table with us planning it from the second meeting on. And our relationship with Randall Central, we were the first phone call to say, hey, this is a natural fit. What you're doing, we would like to have Southern has it participates with Randall Central and welding, and I think that they will send, but I don't know if they've decided to join us. I haven't had a chance to have a lengthy conversation with Dr. Boston.
What's the difference between joining and not joining?
Well, the tier of scheduling. So Randall Central, Randall Central students have first crack at the program. And then RAS 32 members have second crack. And then non-RAS 32 schools have third crack at the number of spots for development. Now, to Randolph Central's credit, they have worked to expand the number of seats in the program. They've offered afternoon seats. They are not trying to squeeze anybody out. But we then,
We were leading 2 spots a year for each cohort to go to Winchester to develop. And so this kind of gives us more opportunities to send more kids to it.
So
Because-
we pay per student to go to those programs. There's not a cost for us to join. It's free to join. But there's an understanding that when our kids go there, there's a price $2,500, which is the same amount we send to the Richmond Area Career Center. And I want to make sure I tell the board and publicly state, most of these programs do not duplicate what is happening in the RAC. Our relationship with the RAC will continue. But welding is the primary example. They don't have a welding program. None of the other school districts in our county have a welding program. The nearest welding program is this program that we
I guess I'm just not understanding, I'm sorry. But if we're not paying to be part of it, why do they want us to be part of it?
They hope to eventually send students to us for the Hills Pet Academy. And we offer some high classes at some of the other places, and vice versa. So it's really a way to make sure that we're giving kids opportunities. They really work to make sure that the kids in Randolph County have a chance to do things they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. They realize that there are things that we have kids that they'd like to do. So I'm going to use culinary as an example. The hope is that there will be a culinary program that we can send maybe 1 or 2 kids a year up to Monroe Central and Delaware County so that they can get that certificate. And if they choose to go on Tech, then they'll be post-away and associates. But if they don't, they'll still have a certification. So if they go to work at the restaurant, they'll have a better chance of getting a job and they'll be able to bring them. So it really just makes it official.
I know that it probably differs based on the program the student is going for, but how's that selection made for what students that are a part of that are doing?
That will depend on the interest, right? So how many kids there are, how many slots there are, but it helps us guarantee some of our kids will get an opportunity. But it will change from year to year. So the welding program used to be a morning only program. Now they doubled the number of seats, so it creates a capacity for our kids moving forward. The medical assistant program, I think they have 6 kids participate there. They had a couple from the other schools, but there's still room in that program. So we already have to do this kind of, I think you're asking how does the sifting happen? We already experienced this at Richmond through the career center. So we usually have 8 to 10 kids moving into auto a year or more. Some years more. Some years we only have 2 spots for students to get into the Richmond Area Career Center. What typically happens is that sifting is on our side of the house. That's our job. It's our job to say these 2 kids go into that program. So the counselors and Mr. Marker go ahead.
So we go through attendance, we go through discipline, we go through grades, make sure that I try to graduate before we send a kid off so that we know we're doing what's best for them. So.
But we have a guaranteed so many seats, like for example, the auto program, we're going to be guaranteed so many seats because we're a part of it.
So the auto one, that's out of Richmond. So up here, we would have, so instead of getting, okay, we've got 2 seats left over, we're up a spot. So, hey, you want 10 spots, we can get you 10 spots. I think the other thing to add to this too, so to do a culinary arts program, you have to put in a commercial grade kitchen. As a rural school, we can't afford to do that, and we'll never see the benefits of that. But if one school does it, we can use it as a partnership. It allows our kids to be able to do it, and it's not, the cost of that is much lower than us trying to put in a kitchen.
I'm all for the partnership. I'm all for we're going to create as many opportunities as we can for our students. I just want to be careful. The reason I'm asking that I don't want to open ourselves up so much that what we're taking in is that also pushing some students out of programs that we have capability. That just because we have a few students that may want to get into a program that they are kind of in, I don't want to open us up to kind of, because I know I have this as we're reading in the new diploma and everything for Indiana. I have a fear that there will become this competition for this career-driven learning experiences, and I want to make sure that we're not too early giving away something before we've seen how things really begin to play out across the state, because we already, being in rural Indiana, the opportunities are low. They're low. Please don't hear that as me being against partnerships with other school systems to create opportunities. Not. I just want to be cautious in the way that we, and plus you guys are doing that too, so.
So for 25-26, the Pet Academy is not on the other school offerings. So we'll get another year with that academy. And our goal in year 2 is to start partnerships outside of schools so that we can get kids who come to us, learn skills. Many of them will go to hills. Some may go to other manufacturers and need similarly trained students. And once we do that, I think we're going to have really the only barrier we have many students we need to. But I want to make sure I say it out loud. Our students will always have first crack at our road. So if that's your concern, I think that is our kids will always be first. And then the rest. And we hope it's so popular and successful that we can offer it out to other area school districts. Because I think there's going to be a need. I agree with you.
That's what I want to hear, is that by doing partnerships, we're not putting our kids in a deficit because of what might be coming into an area in rural Indiana that may have more opportunity because of our distance to Richmond than some even more so rural communities that we're just trying to get the opportunities. I think that.
Great question.
Make a motion that we pursue a relationship and involvement. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Webster to approve draft 32, seconded by Ms. Bertram. All in favor?
Aye.
We've already dispatched the plaque presentation. So I do have one item under other, and that is that through the safety grants, the COPS grants, I would ask the board to approve the purchase of $66,202.72 worth of cameras and security infrastructure for the elementary. We replaced the high school as part of our safety grant last year. We would like to do the same at the elementary with this money. And so given the cost threshold, I wanted to make sure I had a discussion with the board and got your approval before signing this contract. Purchase for cameras and brackets and DVR servers. The cost grant is a $33,000 grant. We have to match a quarter of it over 3 years. So we will pay a quarter, the district will pay a quarter of this $66,202, but the other 3 quarters will be picked up.
Inside, outside.
It's both interior, exterior, we'll cover all the hallways, the playground, and all of the space.
I think when we did this with the high school, we had a discussion about our confidence in software and hardware.
That's correct. It is compatible with the visual system.
Would have prevented a lot of chicanery back in the 80s. That being said, I will make a motion to approve the purchase.
Everyone's laughing.
Motion made by Mr. Webster to approve the COPS grant security at the elementary, seconded by Ms. Claypool. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
My mind was going back to the 80s.
That was like, what, 20 years? Just 20 years.
I believe that concludes new business.
We have board comments. I think Mr. Webster has something to say, but before we get to that, does anybody else have anything to say?
We're not gonna be able to get him outside the door.
Oh, wait, that's enough. I'll, actually, it's been discontinued, but I bought two.
Oh, he doesn't have a copy. Oh.
Nice, you gotta see it.
Wait, you.
If I falter, I'll blame it on the asthma that my mom left me 100% of. Did not split that equally among the 4 beneficiaries of her estate. Tax-free though, so to speak. And I'm an honor graduate of the former Ohio Congressman John Boehner School of Public Speaking. So if you ever heard him speak before, that's how he is. You may turn things over if you like. It has been a privilege to serve the stakeholders of Northeastern Wayne School Corporation for 12 years, which was 2 years longer than I was a student in these hallways. That's about all they could take of me. Prior to me joining the board, a fellow board member, Brad Hester, aptly described the culture here as stale. And when he said that word, it just seemed so profound because it was. A few other parents, myself included, came up with the idea that if we wanted to change this school, we needed to change the board. And that's pretty heady, but we went for it. We had the advantage of working with a new superintendent, Dr. Edsel. He didn't stay very long. He's done well where he's gone. I'm happy for him. We brought up Dr. Blessing, and when she moved on, hired this guy twice. I'd hire him 3 times, but you're not looking for a job tonight. So I have often compared what I call progress here to a stock chart. We've had a lot of gains. We've had some losses. Whoever's president in the future, I hope you never get a call from your superintendent to say on Christmas Day, oh, your principal died, or we lost a student. That never happened before. The culture now is a diametric opposite from what it was 12 years ago. And the people in this room are the ones that are responsible for it. Know that. It's fun to sit in the stands and listen to our band that was just raising all kinds of cane at what, Saturday night's game? They were down for a while, now they're back up. You can't go anywhere around here and watch the team lose anymore. I don't know what's up with that. I said it a couple of months ago, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank the administrators that have been here for a while. One thing we've had a lot of, over 12 years, we've had a lot of turnover. Some good, some bad. We always came out better. Thank you. I think that's a sign of stability for the community. Makes everybody feel a little better knowing every face is familiar and every face is working for my kid, my family. I know I've done this job without prejudice. I've lost business for it. I'd do it again. Board members, you live in a small community. And it is hard, and it will continue to be hard to not side sometimes with somebody you're really close with. You know, I hate to say the word click. You have to do the right thing, and it won't always be easy, but I know you can do it. I'm going to give myself an A- for my time here. As you can read, I had a lot of extra credit opportunities. I'm doing my own grading, and always wondered what an A felt like. And if you dig my records out of the attic up there, You'll know. I'll probably spend my Wednesdays riding my Harley or putting the top down and going to look for some ice cream somewhere. Pre-diabetes is not diabetes, so, you know, I got work to do. And if I do come to a meeting, I will apologize in advance if I don't blurt out making a motion or a second. I actually do that in other places when I'm sitting in a room. I'm like, oh, that's not my place here. I'm walking away tonight. I'm proud of my accomplishments. I'm proud of our accomplishments. I will always be in your corner, and I will always be a knight. And this is one of the times in my life, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome aboard.
I'll see you around.
My wife would always ask me when I got home from a meeting, how'd your meeting go? Fine. They say, you know, fine. It's okay. Couldn't do it without a spouse. AJ, it wasn't always easy for me to hear your advice. But people that don't follow their turning advice from fools. We're not fools here. You are not. Thank you, AJ. Any other comments?
That's what I wanted. Any other quick comments? I wanted to thank you. I also wanted to just say thank you to Ms. Halloran and Mr. Halloran. For your first go at it, seems like you've had a pretty good season this fall, so congratulations. I know it's, again, kind of a thankless job. It's really hard to manage ball games, practices, and everything in between, so thank you for what you've been doing. It's not one of those. Congratulations to you. Look forward to seeing you. Should be interesting learning a lot more now, so I know.
I just asked him, I'm like, where is the best place to get some spirit wear? Because I wear it all the time.
Said the lost and found table.
He said the lost and found table. That's disgusting, sorry.
They'll never notice. They'll be like, your parents might come up and ask you questions.
Oh, my
but-
parent, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. 4 years has been fun. Any other comments? Any comments?
Thank you, Mr. Webster. Appreciate what you've done. We'll continue.
Put a smile on my face.
And don't be a stranger at the ball games. And I just want to thank you for this opportunity to be here.
I want to be buried in that coat.
I was looking for one. They're hard to find.
I know.
I was afraid if I had let you borrow mine for tonight, you'd keep it.
Alright, with that said,
The place Northeastern was in 1990, it was not a type. It was a low trend on the stock exchange. And when you met, you were in the interview. You were in my interview. You were in the board confirmation interview, which was interesting until I understood what happened to you all before I got here. I was terrified. But when I came out of that meeting, I could tell that you and the rest of that board believed that I could make Northeastern better. And that vote of confidence has compelled me to do every day's worth of duties. And when it came time to be superintendent, not ready. I don't think anyone is ever ready to be superintendent. But I knew that board and I knew you. And when I applied for the job, I knew that you would tell me if I wasn't ready and you would support me if I was. We've had hard conversations as Chantel and I have had. It is a very special relationship between a superintendent and a board president. And I'm great. I'll be grateful the rest of my life that you were my first president, because even when I lacked confidence, even when I was unsure, you always had my back to help me move forward. And I will be a better leader. So, thank you. Privilege.
Well, when we adjourn, I want to say Merry Christmas. Enjoy everybody with family time. And with that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Winter to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Van Dyne, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Please get cupcakes.
Please.
Someone.
Thank you.